So obviously that has economic consequences. And so you take demographic trends into account when you're trying to make projections. Maybe you could talk a little bit about what the state economist does and why that's an important role to our legislators, who will be back with us next week, perhaps relying in part on the work that you're doing. So talk a little bit about what you do.
Sure. So the main responsibility of the state economist is to forecast tax revenues, revenues for the state of Minnesota. And so we do a twice yearly revenue forecast, one in November and then one in February. So the one that is informing the legislators right now is our February forecast. So in order to forecast what we think is going to happen to income tax revenues, sales tax revenues, corporate tax revenues, we first need to forecast the state economy. So what do we think is going to happen to employment growth, to wage and salary income growth, to business income growth? And we actually start a little further up from that. We start with the U.S. economy. So we start with the U.S. economic forecast. And from the U.S. economic forecast and then Minnesota-specific data, we build the Minnesota economic model. And then from there, we forecast revenues. So it matters for the legislators because we're forecasting the revenue side of the budget, and then the Minnesota Management and Budget Division forecasts the expenditure side of the budget, and that determines what the forecast balance is.
One thing I should remind our viewers as they're calling in their questions is that both of our guests tonight are nonpartisans. They don't. They provide an advisory technical role to the legislature, but do not actually decide policy themselves. So if you think taxes should be higher or lower, that's a policy decision that I suspect our guests, for example, aren't going to weigh in on tonight. And I'm not sure what policy decisions state demographers might get involved in, since we don't tell people where to live, so or how many children to have. So, but that's part of what you do is you look to where those population growths are occurring. So here's an example of where demography matters. This program, there's been some discussion about rural parts of the state where there has been some population loss or some slowdown in population growth. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about what your office has seen in that area? That's of great interest to our viewers.
Yeah, I should say, too, you mentioned the article that was in the paper this morning, and that really focused on growth that is in the Twin Cities metropolitan area. And the Twin Cities has seen a tremendous amount of growth since 2010. But we should also note that there's been plenty of growth in greater Minnesota as well in the metropolitan areas. So we saw it in St. Cloud, we saw it in Fargo-Moorhead in particular is growing very quickly, and not just on the North Dakota side, on the Minnesota side as well.
That's interesting because people see the growth in North Dakota, but there's actually growth occurring in Minnesota as well.
That's right, in that metropolitan area. That's our fastest growing metro right now in percentage terms. So it's not just a picture of no growth versus lots of growth. There are pockets around the state that are growing. Areas that have been declining for some time tend to be the rural areas without those metros that are oftentimes agriculture based. Along the southwestern edge and the southern edge of the state is typically where we see the largest areas of population loss. And that's a trend that's been going on for many decades. As the younger generation moves away from the farm and toward a metro area, whether it's the Twin Cities or St. Cloud or another metro that we have, they move their young selves with them, and then they have their children in the new place where they've moved, and so that tends to slow the population growth in those rural areas pretty rapidly. And so we're continuing to see that trend play out, but it's not in all of greater Minnesota. There's plenty of growth happening in many of our metros.
It was interesting. A guest on our program many years ago, Bob Ness, once pointed out, and it was confirmed by your predecessor, that we have a number of counties in Minnesota that have fewer people living in them today than lived there in 1900, which is pretty remarkable when you think about a state of, 5 million people now? So.
Yeah, there was an article in the Cura Reporter about a year and a half or so ago that looked at the topography of Minnesota along with population loss and growth, loss mainly in the rural areas. And those areas that were flat were the areas that lost the most population because they could handle larger and larger machinery that increased the efficiency of production in those areas. So I thought that was a really interesting way to tie the land to what's happening in the population.